I'm back. I'm back.
Good evening. The timing couldn't have been better than that. So, good evening. Can't even speak. Good evening. Welcome to Success in the City. My name's Helen Webster. I'm with the clumsy.
Sandra Scott, I'm back again with a vengeance. And our fabulous guest today is the wonderful
Jill Ruane from Sefton Baby Baskets.
Welcome, Jill.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you for joining us. So we were just having a little laugh before we came into the studio about technology, and Sandra's got her phone balanced on everything, and I said, "Oh, and then the phone fell. Just perfect timing, but that's all right. We are back. Lovely to have you back, Sam.
I know it's been ages, I was trying to think. It's been a long time and we've missed our little birthday, haven't we?
We have. We were 4 years old, Jill, in October, but we both forgot.
Well, because we're just chock with other things. We set it up in the lockdown so people could stay in touch, and it was all positive. It's all local people doing really cool things to inspire others and just positive people and positive stories. And we set it in the lockdown just to keep everyone connected. It's a voluntary thing we do and that. And with now life the way it is now, we're just so busy and we forget sometimes. Well, I do. Helen remembers.
Do you know what? Yeah. Time goes so quick, doesn't it, as well?
Oh, so quick.
Did you think like 4 years? Where's that gone?
The 4 years has gone nowhere. It's like super quick, isn't it? Yeah. So we shout out to the kids, any young people, little people who've done fabulous things this week. Do you have anybody you want to shout out to, Sam?
Yeah, just good luck to I got a call today from someone I'd helped previously in Birmingham who asked if I could support their daughter who's got an exam in the morning, and I couldn't. I would just shock her. I couldn't. So I said, I'm really sorry. But I said, I'm sure she'll be fine. So good luck to our little young person who's in Birmingham, who's got her French exam tomorrow.
Brilliant. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. I haven't got any particular young people, but I just want to say well done to everybody who's back at school after half term. So sometimes the first week back after half term is a little bit tricky, but then the second week things are starting to come back again. And I've noticed with our young people this week that they've had a good positive start to the week, and we've had some lovely little wins. So massive shout out to all of them. That's who I'm going to shout out to.
Brilliant.
What about you, Jill?
Yeah, we've got about 4 or 5 children, girls and one boy, who come and help us all the time.
Oh.
So we've done backpacking, they've helped us with that. We've done collections, other collections, they do that. We've got a couple of little girls who make friendship bracelets for us and sell them. So we've got, and they do it all in their own time, and they want to do it. They're not forced to do it. Do you know what I mean? They're really, really good. They've had a book sale for us. They've done all sorts of little fundraising things, these kids, just off their own bat. So I shout them, really.
Yeah, brilliant. It's lovely because young people do phenomenal things, but we only hear about the bad that certain ones do. But we have got so many young people who do fabulous things. So big shout out to them. I love it when they get involved in charities and they help out. It's so good for them and their skills, isn't it, for life as well. So big shout out to all of them. Well done. Okay. Success of the week for you personally, something that's happened to you this week that's been a success. You want me to go first, San, or do
you do? Yeah, you please.
Well, on Sunday, we went to the Liverpool Empire, and it was Hans Zimmer and John Williams, the orchestra playing all of the music from the movies. So I'd bought it for my dad for either his birthday or Father's Day. It was that long ago. And I thought it was the end of the month. I thought it was coming up at the end of the month. And I just happened to, I thought, I better check and see. I think you'd asked me, San, are we doing something on a date? And I thought, I better check, hadn't I? I thought, good job I checked, because it was on, like, and so I messaged them on there. I was like, don't forget, we're going out. And I thought, I don't even forgotten myself. But it was incredible. It was the power of music.
Yeah.
Is phenomenal. And the Empire was absolutely chock-a-block. There wasn't a seat in the house at all. and the age range of people who were there, the mixture, and it's how music touches people, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
it was fascinating how many different people were there and everything, and it was just gorgeous. But
Oh.
I'm going to give you a little fact. You might already know this. I didn't. The Empire is the largest two-tier theatre in the UK. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't. I knew it was pretty good though, because it had Beauty and the Beast. It hosted that originally when Disney came, and they had to knock out the Dominion Theatre in London to accommodate Beauty and the Beast. But we could do it here, so I think there's a massive depth to the stage there.
Well, I know we had
Well.
improvements, didn't we, to the stage
Yeah.
so many years ago, and they extended back. But I didn't know it was the largest, like, front of house two-tier. I just thought it was just huge, and I thought that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. When you go to other theatres, they're smaller because they're narrower.
Yeah.
The Empire goes right round if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, but
That's a little fact for you as well. But it was amazing. So yeah, and then on Saturday, you and I had
oh, that was
a
amazing.
massage, didn't we? Which was lovely. So a big shout out to Abby for
Yeah, we hot stone massage it was, and I thought, why did I agree for that? And you went in first, didn't you? When I
Yeah.
sat, and then I went in afterwards and had mine, and it was just brilliant, really, really good.
Yeah.
I'll go and see her again. Absolutely
She was
brilliant.
great.
So.
She was really good.
Mhm.
So they're my successes for this week. What about you, Sam?
Well, I had my first hot stone massage ever. There you go.
There you go.
The car's alive. That's good news. Minimal expenditure, and it's working. So
Yeah.
that's great. I got that out the garage thanks to Terry. So that was really good. Just loads. It's so long since. There's just loads of cool stuff going on at the moment. I went to see an amazing school in North Wales yesterday that was really inspiring, the work they're doing with young people, and I met the head teachers, it was just brilliant, really inspirational. Got loads and loads of cool things happening at the moment. Very, very busy. So on a personal level, the remainder of the pale green towels I ordered arrived today, and they've been coming in dribs and drabs for 2 months. So I'm delighted now I've got them all. That's been very odd indeed. So they were worth waiting for. So I've got all new bathroom towels, which are pale green. So I'm made up with myself, Lady Muck. There we go. It's the small things that make me happy.
100%.
What about you, Jill?
What about me? We've been helping my daughter do work in her house. She's knocked a wall down and built walls up and put a new kitchen and everything else. And we're on the final stretch this week. We're just waiting for the work to be finished. So we feel like a weight's being lifted off us now. Although call today to say the floor she's chosen won't be in now till next week. So she's sat there with her face on, but she'll get and it'll all be all right next week and it'll all be sorted. So that's like our major success this week.
Yeah, massive success.
Is she moved to near you, Jill? Does she live near you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Something like that. So yeah.
Brilliant.
So it's great.
Our gorgeous Di Cannon is listening, and she says, thanks for the invite, laughing faces. Di, we were actually bought this gift, weren't we, for the massages, so that's why we didn't invite you.
We were bought it as a gift last year for Christmas, so we had to use it by the end of the year. So I thought, we need to use them up. It was a gift,
so that's why you didn't get invited.
But I'll tell you when I'm going next time, because she's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, she was fab. Yeah, she's
Yeah. I can imagine that in her voice as well. Yeah.
So we're going to play This or That.
Okay.
So Sandra and I'll ask you questions, Jill. Well, we'll ask it. You can go first, Sandra. Do you want me to go first?
You go first today on everything. I'll follow.
Thanks. Okay. Jill, if you're having a pizza, would your topping be a meat feast or like a plain one?
Oh, thank God.
A meat feast.
A meat feast. Yeah. What about you, San?
It depends. Okay, so if we're talking monstrous pizza bought in a supermarket there and then wrapped up with
No,
cling
we
film.
made them today, didn't we?
Oh, meat feast. If it's homemade, if it's proper homemade meat feast, then yeah, defo.
Yeah. So we made pizzas today in school, and one of our
Mine was
young
lovely.
we made a gluten-free one for Sandra. We made a gluten-free, dairy-free one for one of our other staff.
He was made up with that, you know.
I know, he was delighted because he doesn't get to eat things like that, and he was included, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then we made a plain one for somebody else, something else. So we made like 4 different pizzas, but all with different things. But the meat feast one for me was the nicest.
Brilliant.
I'd have a plain one, she said. Okay, what about you, San? What's your this or that?
I thought we were going to the pineapple question, and I thought, no. Okay. On a pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jill. This is a controversial question. Toddlers or babies? Well, I'm thinking of what she does in the charity.
I know.
Toddlers or babies?
Toddlers.
Yeah. Toddlers, hands down for me.
Toddlers, because they're hilarious.
Yeah.
I just don't like brand new babies.
Oh, no, it's not you don't like them. You don't.
You don't.
But you don't. Are you scared of dropping them?
No, I'm just not. I'm just a little bit, wary of new babies. I like them when they're toddlers because you can pick them up and throw them around and have good fun.
Some people are scared. I'm scared because they're fragile. I was all right after I had my own, but before that, I was scared of them that I would break one. Obviously,
Di says toddlers, more fun and great company. Yeah,
they're hilarious.
Personalities developing, isn't it?
Yeah, and they recognise you and they smile and everything, don't they? So yeah, 100%. Okay. I'm gonna ask Jill. You've just won a lottery ticket. You've just got a lottery ticket and you've just won. Okay. Would the first thing that you buy, would you go on holiday or buy an item, buy a luxury item or go on holiday?
Ooh. Go on holiday.
You've won millions and millions, so you can do what you want.
I'd do it all.
What would you do first? What would be the first thing?
I'd probably buy a luxury item.
Luxury item.
Only
what about you, Sam?
I'd have to pack.
Yeah.
Right, I'd buy a car, but I wouldn't go mental, you know. I wouldn't get a big mad flash car or anything. I'd get an eco warrior car, like an electric car and all the rest of it. And then I'd get a house in that order. And then I'd have a holiday.
Would you?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I would just get my passport. I'd just get my passport and walk to the airport because you're a multi-millionaire. You'd go wherever you want. You'd buy everything brand new and then you'd sit and contemplate on what you're going to spend your money on. That's what I'd do.
Do you know, I would not go to work. I would still, do you think I would like stop? I would absolutely go to work and carry on as normal. I'd have to give myself time to process that.
So you don't deserve to win the lottery. Just saying. You're one of those people. Oh, if I win, my life won't change.
No, it would change. But it would change slowly because I wouldn't go mental. I'd think about it. Sorry about that, but that is true.
Absolutely.
I've been to Bordeaux, New York, and Thailand this year. I'm all right for a holiday.
Okay, cool. Well done. Okay, there you go. Then your question.
Okay, then. If you won the lottery, would you take time to think about your expenditure, or would you go mental straight away, Helen?
No, I wouldn't go mental. I'd just book a holiday, and then you could plan what you're going to do because you've got the financial freedom that you've wished for your whole life. So I would never go and buy anything because that would be an impulse buy because you've got all this money. So you'd be like, woohoo! Whereas you just go on holiday for a month, for 6 months, for whatever long you wanted to, and just be financially free and do
I'd have to tidy my desk first, obviously.
Yeah, So I'd contemplate on what I was going to spend it on, but in another country.
Jill, what about you? Would you spend time, or would you just go way straight away?
I'd probably do a bit of way hey straight away, and then I'd reflect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say this, Helen, but in reality, if the money was in the bank, it might be slightly different, to be fair. It might be straight down to Bond Street to the Chanel shop, who knows?
100%.
They'd go, get out, Sandra, we don't make anything in a size 14, that's it. 10 is our fast size, thank you.
I know.
Get out of my shop.
So Di says, yes, I've seen your desk.
She has, yeah.
Yeah. And that was when it was tidy. Okay, is it my last one?
Yes, love, go on.
Okay. Where would you rather go, Jill? Sunny holiday or city break? Like beach holiday, sorry, or city break with your millions?
Beach holiday.
Beach holiday.
You've got to lie on your sun ladder and plan how you spend it.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Mm.
Beach holiday, defo, but I like the city break as well.
Yeah.
It's city for you, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. City.
Yeah.
Di Cannon's in the city break gang as well. You know what? You can go to Barcelona, then you can do city and beach.
Well,
and
I
I've
did
never
it in
been.
Bangkok. Well, it's not the beach though, but it was by the pool. Right, I'm moving. Anything could happen. Oh, and it has.
There you go. You'll be back in a minute. There you go.
Slick like the BBC. There's
Yeah.
seamless
Sorry for any
transition.
interference. Go on, San, your last one.
Okay then. Jill, would you rather watch a romantic comedy or a thriller movie?
Thriller.
Okay. Helen?
A thriller.
I think a thriller. It'd have to be a very good rom-com. I don't like just the sugary ones that are just weak. They've got to be really good.
Yeah. Di Cannon's a thriller as well. She
Oh,
watches mad stuff on the telly.
Does she?
Yeah. Some good stuff, but some mad stuff as well. But yeah. Yeah, so we're all thriller then. That's cool.
Fab. Okay.
Brilliant. Okay. So now we know a little bit more about Jill. Jill was in, this is the first time we've met. I was going to say in real life, but virtually, face to face. So Jill was introduced to us by our gorgeous friend Gareth Penman, and Gareth is part of, I think there's about 10 of them, isn't there, who do the Anne Williams Golf Day every year, and they raise lots and lots of money for different people every year. And they like to go and speak to the people when they've raised the money and make the donation and get to know the charity behind the money before they donate the money. And Gareth and I were having a little chat, and he said, oh, hell, he said, I've been to this place. It's Sefton Baby Baskets. They do this, that, and the other. And he was really, really excited and enthused about, what you did. And then he said, oh, we're doing the golf day for them. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant, because I know it raises a lot of money. And I said, it'd be great if Jill could come on our show and explain what, Baby Baskets is, and how people can find out more about it and stuff. So it's taken us a while, because I kept on thinking, must ring Jill. And then Jill has agreed to come on, and tonight is the night. So Jill, I would like to know who you are, how you got to become Sefton Baby Baskets, what you do, what it's all about, how people can support you, and have a little chat for about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. Sandra and I will butt in at the same time with the same question, because that's what we do. And take it from there. So over to you, Jill.
Okay. So, and I just say the lads we met from the golf day were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really nice people who do so much good and help so many people. But they've all just got such massive hearts. They really are lovely people. So when they got in touch with us and said they wanted to support us, we were like, oh God, we were blown away. And they raised a fortune of money for us. That's going to make sense to us as well. So it was charity changing for us, really, if you like.
Oh,
So anyway, we started about 4 years ago. We got asked if we knew anyone who had any baby grows by somebody in the women's hospital, and it was in lockdown, the start of lockdown, when nobody could get anything. So we put, my daughter-in-law runs a girls and mums exercise class, so we put like an appeal out on the WhatsApp group, and we got absolutely inundated with clothes. Oh my God.
oh,
Sure we could still use, and it was full of stuff, but it wasn't just baby clothes, it was like all ages in the end. So it took us a couple of months to sort through it, really.
Wow.
We passed all that out to the Women's Hospital, to the Whitechapel Centre, to loads and loads of like charities and groups that were helping people, and then somebody said, you know, there's nothing like this that goes on all the time. So we just sort of evolved from there, really, and then grew and grew and grew into what we are. So what we do, we give a Moses basket, our sort of minimum offering, if you like, is a Moses basket that's filled with everything that you need for a new baby up to the age of 3 months. So it's got in it like baby grows, vests, muslins, towels, sleep bags, bibs, blankets, absolutely everything. It's got a sensory toy with it.
oh,
Book, you know, the black and white books that help development and that as well.
that's nice.
We give a toiletry pack that's got everything in it that mum needs for hospital and the baby needs for hospital as well. And we give some new pyjamas, new slippers for our mums, and
Oh,
a chocolate treat as well in that as well. So that's like a standard offering, if you like, but more and more now we're getting asked for everything else as well.
yeah.
So now we're providing an awful lot of prams, sterilisers, bottles, bouncy chairs, baby baths, absolutely everything. People are finding it more and more difficult to get what they need. So all our baskets are gifted through a referral process as well. So we don't do direct referrals from the mums. We do a referral through supporting agencies. So anyone that's working in a support capacity with the mum or with the family can refer them in. We don't ask any personal details of the mum. We assume that the person who's made that referral knows those circumstances and knows that the items are needed, and that's it for us. They make the referral. We say, yeah, that's great. When can you come and get it? They come and pick it up and they take it to the mum as well. So we've tried to make the process as simple as possible for people.
Brilliant.
The more complicated it is, the less likely people are to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so our baskets are packed, everything's in it's like clean, spotlessly clean, all washed, ironed, and it's gift wrapped. It's wrapped in silk, then with a bow, and like a gift tag is put on it from the nana who's made the basket for them as well. So
how lovely.
It's given like a gift. We don't give anything. We don't give anything in a carrier bag or a bin bag.
No.
Everything is given in as nice a way as we can, really.
Of course.
So it's like to make people feel better about it. They don't want them to feel like they're having charity or whatever, you know. And we want them to feel like it's a nice present, which is what it is, and it's given with a lot of sort of thought and care going into it.
And love, isn't it? It's given with a lot of love, isn't it? And a lot of people involved, you know,
it is, because
who think, you know, of that person.
Yeah, we have all our donations, all our clothes donations, really, the baby clothes and that come in through the Moses baskets, mainly through other mums donating them to us. The prams all come away. So we've got girls who drop off to us all the time, and we put an appeal out, and it comes in. And the amount of girls who come and say, we'd rather give it to someone who needs it than give it
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The charity shop is absolutely amazing. It really is. And a lot of the stuff is brand new. You know, it's got tags on it. The prams they could sell for £100 or
£100,
but they would rather give it to somebody who needs it, which is so nice. People are so generous in that respect.
Yeah.
Really good. So it is made with a lot of love. It starts like with the donations, and it starts with the group of volunteers who come every week and pack it and make it and tidy it.
So how many volunteers do you have, Jill?
We've got a core group of about, I think we're up to about 12 now.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're all nanas, really, we call ourselves the nanas, and we've all been all of us have been volunteered, if you like, by our daughters or stuff.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, Mum, you're not doing anything, get in there.
No.
And stuff, yeah.
or, sometimes there's been a girl who's dropped off and she goes, oh, my mum would love to help.
Yeah.
And they come, but you know what? It is such a lovely group. And
Oh.
you would actually choose them to be your friends. Do you
Oh,
know?
well, because they're similar people to yourself.
Like-minded people, isn't it? Kind people who are involved in the same thing, and which is gorgeous. And that's the power of a volunteer as well, isn't it? The volunteer program does create friendships as well, which is the support network for you as well as, the impact that you're having on others by donating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's massive, and it's a nice group. So it's quite a social group as well. We have like little trips out and all that.
Oh, lovely.
Talking of the Empire, we're going to see the Dolly Parton show.
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous, brilliant.
Good. So yeah, we've got about 13 core volunteers, then we've got trustees, and then we've got other people in WhatsApp groups as well, and then we've got like followers on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
As well. But it's the same 12 who come week in, week out, on different days. We tend to get together on a Monday and Wednesday morning, and people do whatever they can on either of those days.
Yeah.
So it runs quite well now, quite smoothly, really. Everyone covers for each other when we're going on holiday or anything else as well. So it's good.
Brilliant.
Our demand is going up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
We've so far this year, I think we've helped 367 mums up to the end of October.
Wow.
Which is more than we did the whole of last year.
Wow. So what sort of people are being referred? Or do you not know anything about the mums?
We don't really know. I mean, we get referrals from midwives, health visitors, refuge workers. There's a homeless trafficking and department that we get referrals. Schools, we've had referrals from their police. It's just everywhere, really.
And Jill, you mentioned before that you had donations that went. There were other clothes as well, not just baby items.
Yeah. So what we're finding now is we're getting asked for older kids' clothes as well.
Yeah.
So we keep a bag of every age of clothes, really, so that we've got a bag to go. And then if we get more requests for them, then we put an appeal out on either Instagram or Facebook, and those older clothes just come in as well. So we always have the 0 to 3. We always have quite a bit of 3 to 6, and we keep a bag of every other age as well. So when
isn't that brilliant?
To go, if you like, if it's an emergency or whatever.
And I remember speaking to somebody who did something very similar, with the baby basics and things, and they said that it could be a mum who's maybe gone into labour a little bit earlier, that they didn't, and they might be on a tight budget, and they thought, well,
I'll have more time to save. Yeah,
I'll get this out of next month's payment or something, and then baby comes along and they haven't got that, and then there's other people who've fled domestic violence in the middle of the night.
When you leave, you leave
just
with nothing.
Just left with nothing, So I think when you were saying to get a present for the baby, but then also in that basket, new pajamas and new slippers and toiletries, they're things that we sort of take for granted. I would say if any of goes into hospital, you get a new pair of pajamas because you want to look, so I think that's like a beautiful touch to give somebody that, to put new pajamas on and make them feel, because they're going through having a baby and stuff as well, aren't they? They're having a little time themselves. So I think to give something to the mum is a gorgeous thing, isn't it?
I think as well, you're right there, you do just as soon, because we would have all just gone out and got what we wanted, wouldn't we? You know what I mean? But even you do put yourself last as well, don't you? So you wouldn't go out and get them things. We don't see why our mum should be any different than anyone else in the hospital.
Yeah, definitely.
So ultimately, our aim is to try and get to source, the like a nice bag for hospital that they'll use after, so like a nappy baby bag type thing that they'll put their stuff in. Where it's
lovely.
At the moment, so they can use that to take their stuff into hospital, but then they'll use it afterwards. I should not be any different than anyone else.
Definitely. You don't. Yeah.
You're on the back foot straight away if you don't feel good about yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
you're not doing what you should do, you're on the back foot before you even start, aren't you? So, yeah, we do try to do
And I
that.
think that, sometimes people get on in life and there's times where they just need a leg up.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just need a bit of support. And, a lot of people in great positions have had some really low times or where they've been penniless or whatever, and it's just the power of others just helping people's massive, isn't it?
Well, you just don't know what's around your corner, do you?
No.
Isn't there a thing where it says everyone's like 1 or 2 paydays away?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter what you earn or what you do, you live up to that, don't you? So if a baby comes along, be it unexpected or whatever, it can pull, that's it, isn't it? You blow, because they're expensive, aren't they?
Very much so. So people don't, where you're located though, people don't go there directly, do they? Only the people. Okay, so you just
So we
sort of do
see
that.
the odd mum will come and collect if they've been referred by a midwife or a health visitor.
Yeah.
And they will come and collect because it's easier for them. So we see the odd mum, but we don't see many of them, to be honest.
Okie doke. I think it's lovely, isn't it? Really, a brilliant charity.
The feedback we get from the midwife and the health visitors when they've done is it's quite overwhelming, really, because they say the difference it's made and the level of relief that's taken off that mum, and that fear and that panic about
and pressure, isn't it? Pressure that they've got to have this, pressure that they've got, I haven't bought this, I've bought that, and the headspace to think, have I got to buy all of this stuff, and
they should be enjoying that. Their pregnancy, not worrying about where they're going to get anything from. So from what they say, the amount of the relief and the emotion when they get it is nice. It's nice when you get that feedback as well,
So can they get it when they're pregnant, or do they have to have had the baby?
No, ideally they'd have it before so they can get themselves
sorted. That makes sense. Okay.
We do some after, but I normally they're before. The midwives refer them in. I'd say we don't say it's so many weeks you can refer them in. That's entirely up to the midwife, because some people start panicking at 20 weeks, won't they?
Yeah.
Start panicking at 30, whatever. So it's entirely up to the midwife or whoever's making that referral of when they want to make it and when they want to collect for them. Some leave it right up until 36, 37 weeks, 38 weeks. I'd be a panicker and want it before if it was me, so I knew where I was at. But it's entirely up to them.
My cousin went into labour early and we were decorating the house. I remember that. My auntie was up a ladder and the phone went and my auntie said, "Can you get that, Sandra?" And she was in hospital, my cousin, and they said, "No, they're going to, I sort of have to go and have the baby shortly." And it was like, oh. And then my auntie had to go and there was this half decorated house. I always remember that. She just moved, but you can't, they come when they come, don't they?
When they're ready, isn't it?
Yeah, we do get that sometimes. We get like an email that says, someone's gone into labour 3 or 4 weeks early. Have you got any tiny baby clothes? And we do have tiny baby as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean, we are busier. That'll be partly because our profile was raised, but it's also partly because the need is less.
The need is there, yeah. So before we went on we were talking about certain people or certain charities, you've got to live in this area, you've got to do this. So explain the referral process. So if anybody is listening who is is able to refer, they would understand the process.
Yeah, so our referral process we think is as simple as it can be. We just have an email sent into seftonbabybaskets@outlook.com, just asking for a basket, really, giving the baby's gender, the mum's pyjama size, and details of anything else that you need. And if we've got it, you can have it. And that's all that we take. We don't take any personal details of the mum. We don't ask for any financial checks to be done or anything else as well. It's that person who's making the referral's judgment that we accept, and we just take that. We then will confirm and we'll tell them when we come and pick up, or we agree with them when they're coming to pick it up. And that's it, as simple as it can. We're called Sefton Baby Baskets. That was a mistake really when we set up. I don't know why we did it, because we didn't just give our baskets in Sefton, we give them everywhere. Throughout the whole of Liverpool,
I love that.
we've gone as far as Manchester, Rochdale, Burnley, with things, people meeting people on the motorway to pass the basket up.
Wow.
We don't care where anyone lives. All we want is that referral from somebody who's helping them.
Yeah.
And our view is it may as well be with somebody who needs it than sitting on the shelf.
Brilliant.
And Jill, how many days a week does this take up of your time?
Probably more than it used to.
8.
Definitely more than, yeah. So volunteers meet on a Monday and Wednesday mornings. I probably spend another couple of days a week on it as well.
How good's that? And Sefton, I mean, I live in Liverpool, but for people who don't know, Sefton has the largest voluntary service in the country, the largest council it's unbelievable. The Sefton Directory is like that. And there are more voluntary organisations in Sefton than anywhere else, any other borough in the whole country. It's incredible. Yeah, I did a bit of work with them years ago for an organisation, and there was stuff, and there's just so much volunteering going on in Sefton. And then now we hear like the work you're doing, it goes further, afield, which is marvellous, isn't it, really?
We need to drop the Sefton
Yeah.
to avoid any confusion, but we're registered with the Charity Commission, and changing your name at the Charity Commission is just another headache sort of thing. So our Sefton will become smaller and smaller and smaller on their logos and things like that over time, but probably will remain as our official name, if you like.
It's all right. Well, we know where you're located then, where it all started. That's okay. Because
you need to have based in Sefton for baby baskets.
Or something like that, yeah.
Well, I think it's brilliant. I really do. I think it's a great a great thing that you're doing and stuff, and a well-needed thing. So how did the golfing guys find out about you?
The golfing guys found out was because one of their wives came to my daughter-in-law's class, and we had a table sale going on. No, a table sale going on. It was Jenny, I think. The table sale going on that of stuff we didn't need. So the girls would come and have a look at what they wanted and make a donation to us. And she was at the class when that was taking place and mentioned us to him. I think they were already committed that year, but then they from what they said, they followed us for a little bit and stalked us and tracked us.
Make sure you're doing the right thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And then got in touch and said, can we talk? And I was like, oh, what's that? So obviously then it was Stu, and so obviously I had a look at what you do.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I was like, oh my God, certainly we can,
But as you say, it's massive. It's that money to your charity, the work you do is enormous, isn't it? It's great.
It is enormous, and it's helped us. It's given us like a level of financial security and taken that pressure off. I mean, we're still fundraising an awful lot, but it's taken that pressure off all of that, as well.
So Jill, what do you fundraise for? Like, if a lot of the stuff's donated, what do you fundraise for? Is that like wrapping paper, and do you get the basket or what?
Yeah, we have to pay our rent. So
right.
We have to pay rent before we pay just over 5,000, just about £5,000 a year for that, and we've got to pay bills as well. So we have to pay our rent. We have to buy, for every basket, we buy a new mattress. We tend to have to buy most of the toiletries for the mum and the baby. We buy new pyjamas, new slippers, the chocolate treats, and we buy a sensory toy, the clip-on sensory toys. As well. We tend to have to buy them as well. So that's what our money goes.
Gosh, that's a lot then, isn't it?
As well as the gift wrap and the ribbon and the tag,
but like with your rent as well, £5,000 a year, that's massive, isn't it?
So the money off the lads has taken that security. We've got that little bit of security in the bank now.
Oh, I think that's brilliant. So it just takes the pressure off.
It's just especially when people are volunteers. I don't think you're all doing it because it's such a good cause, but you still worry about you're basically running a business, but as a volunteer, so you still have the same pressures that everybody else does. You're just not getting paid for it,
Like,
And that's
well,
tricky for
have we
people,
got
isn't
that
it?
rent? Have we got this? Have we got that?
Yeah.
We're running out of that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that sort of thing.
Mm.
But like people are good. Like this month, we will launch in the next week or so. Give a gift for Christmas. So it's buy a mum a gift for Christmas, and that'll be anything from a clean bum package, which is a pack of nappies, pack of wipes, and a nappy cream, which would be about £3 or £4, up to ranging for a full basket if anyone did want to buy one, which is like 300 quid, or a whole range of things. We do quite well off that, and then we actually buy the items that people want to buy as well. So that money doesn't go in the bank. We'll go out after Christmas and we will buy X amount of shampoos, X amount of conditioners that people have bought as well.
Oh, that's
and
good.
then that gift that people can give to
And
That's
us.
good. Yeah.
is there anywhere we can find, like a little sort of, I'm thinking of, sometimes there's a secret Santa in work, isn't there? And, some people, you might throw in, a £5-10 or something for a secret Santa.
Yeah.
I know a few people now, and so they throw into the secret Santa, say £10 each, and then they might buy, I don't know, 10 baby bum packs or one basket or something, rather than getting something that they might not actually need. They can club together and donate it to somebody else who is in need. And sometimes that's a nice feeling inside, isn't it, to give
Yeah, it is.
to
We
somebody
do
who
quite
really needs it.
generous in that respect over Christmas and that. Well, they are
Yeah.
all, to be fair, but over Christmas particularly, people want to do stuff like that. We've just had a business, it come through the Golf Day, it was one of the links they had, of a girl in a business in Knowsley Industrial Park, and they held a baby shower for us. So everybody brought things to the baby shower, which I just think it's a fantastic
What a great idea.
That is a good idea, isn't it?
Like tea, coffee and cakes, and then everyone bought a baby thing to it. You should have seen the bag loads of stuff.
Wow, that's a great idea, isn't it?
But it was all like really useful stuff, that we need, we have to buy. So that really helps when those things come in, because it saves us having to use what we've raised and what we've done, got for it. But yeah, it was a fantastic idea. And she said they had all signs up, the baby shower and all that. It was really
Isn't that a good idea? That's a great idea.
You could do quite a glam thing, and people could try and outdo their mates with Christian Dior outfits and what have you.
Yeah, definitely. So if anybody wants to do a baby shower for the baby baskets, rock on, isn't it? What a great idea that is.
Yeah.
I love it. So if people wanted to make a donation, whether it's clothing or money or buying a gift or anything, how do they go about that?
They can just get in touch with us either on Instagram or Facebook, or by email, and we'll tell you how to do it. We've got a Just Giving page, but Just Giving make a charge, so we'll just give you, if it's a cash donation, we'll just give you the bank details and try and avoid that charge. Or anything, just get in touch with us.
So if they just search Sefton baby baskets, they'll find you.
And on Instagram,
Yeah, so I'd put it on our Facebook. I did a little tag, and then I'll share the link again, for people to, and I've just said please like and follow, because before we came on we were talking about what I never asked the guests what they want from the show. Okay, and then I thought we really need to be saying, what is it that you want? How can we, because we started Success in the City to share positive people.
Yeah.
So our tagline is ordinary people doing extraordinary things to inspire others. And by, your group of women being on and everybody, your young people who are supporting, all these things are going off to inspire others. But for you to carry on inspiring others, you've got to succeed. So I think we need to twist it and say, well, how are we going to help you succeed as well? Because it's a success in our city. How are we going to help, or, our listeners, anybody who's watching, how are they going to help you succeed?
What they can do is they can tell everyone they know that works with mums and families we can help about us. So if you've got anyone that's working in healthcare, if you've got anyone working in women's refuges, you've got anyone that's working in schools, doctors, anywhere at all that is working with a mum or a family that could have our help, needs our help, then that's what you can do. And if you've got family friends, please tell them about us and spread the word. there's no point, as I said before, in stuff sitting on our shelves. If we've got it, it needs to be out there with the people who need it.
Brilliant.
I love it. It's fab, isn't it? It's such
Yeah,
a.
I love
I
it.
love the fact as well that it's not just Sefton. I love that.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter where you are, who you are, you know. And I think you made a really positive thing before about, you know, financial status. People think, you know, it's only people who are on benefits or something who might need the help. It's not. It's people who are working, and you know, everybody needs.
Well, I
has
mean,
some-
people,
like,
you know, you made, sorry to put it down on things, but you made the comment about domestic violence. The
yeah.
majority of domestic violence occurs during pregnancy and in the first few months of a baby's life. So, yeah, it is odd. There's all psychological things around that, but that's statistically, that is when the majority of domestic violence occurs. So it's very feasible that someone could live in a beautiful environment, beautiful home, all the rest of it beyond, and have to leg it. You know, that happens. Let's face it. So, you know, anybody might need your services. So thank goodness that you do what you do.
Although I must say as well, we've given baskets to dads where a
Yeah.
couple somehow during the pregnancy have split up. So the
Yeah.
dad is going to play an active role in the baby's
I love that.
life as well. So we've given baskets to dads as well. It's not just mums.
No, absolutely.
It's both. You know, we've helped both, and that as well, which is really nice to do.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wouldn't have thought of. I wouldn't have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of, you know, if the parents are not together, you know, dad needs everything in his
Oh,
house,
absolutely.
supporting it. But you never think, it's always like, oh, the mum gets, you know, this is for the mum, but yeah, for dad. So that's a great. So that might just plant a little seed on for somebody, you know, who might. So that's a great shout. That. Yeah. Fabulous. So I'll share all the details, and they can get in touch via email, or you know, they can if anybody is working in anywhere where, you know, somebody needs a bit of support, somebody needs a bit of help, they can be passed along, you know, to you and your charity. Once the gift, oh, am I on mute? Am I? No. Once the gift, I know, I just thought that. Once the gifts have been given, because you don't see the mums, do the mums know where the gifts are coming from?
Yeah, on the gift tag, we have a label on the back of the gift tag. On the gift tag, whoever's made the basket will write a message to the mum from us. And then on the back of it, we've got a label that's saying when they've finished with the basket, if they don't want it anymore and they can't pass it on to a family or friend, will they consider returning it to us? As well.
Great idea.
We've had a few now where mums who've had our baskets have got back in touch with us after and said, I got a basket off you and I want to give it back, and I've got.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
You always get more back than you give. And I'd really like to give it back to help someone else. It made all the difference to me. So,
isn't that lovely?
Mums that way when they bring things back to us. But you know, that is nice that when you meet them back.
Oh, that's so good. That's what I mean. You give people a leg up. And then they're able to help other people. Helen, imagine if I wrote the note, no one would know what it said or where the basket had come from. It had never come back to you. My handwriting's illegible, Jill. It's shocking.
If you were writing on that, you'd concentrate in it.
I'd have to do it. Yeah, I would concentrate. I'd make an effort.
It's not that big. It's only a gift tag.
Yeah. But I think for people to you know, give it back,
it's lovely.
That must be a lovely thing for you as a group. You know, to be acknowledged, because there's lots of charities who help people, you know, via a third party who never get any feedback, though. You know, so that's lovely. That
a girl came the other week and she brought everything. She brought a basket and that back, and we didn't know it was one of our baskets until she actually said, "I got this basket off you," and you know, and she had the baby with her, which was lovely.
Oh,
we wouldn't have known that unless she wanted to share that with us.
Yeah.
You know, so it was nice. It's nice and nice to see the baby in that as well.
Gorgeous.
Oh, lovely. And do any people do any knitting for you? Because there's quite a few little groups, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got quite a few groups that knit for us. Knit cardigans, blankets, some gorgeous little like teddy toys. Some of them are honestly the skill level is amazing. But yeah, we've got quite a few different knitting groups that knit for us. the little knitted cardigans and the hats.
Gorgeous.
They're so nice, and like the little crochet blankets and things.
Oh,
They are so nice in the baskets as well. They look lovely.
That's
how
lovely.
gorgeous.
The other thing is they're nice and warm, aren't they?
Oh, definitely.
Toasty, yeah.
Yeah.
And did you say you put a book in? Did you say?
Yeah, we put a book in.
Black and white books, yeah.
Yeah. When we put the black and white ones in, we've just been lucky enough to get some of them. But otherwise, we always put a storybook in.
I love that.
Try and encourage the interaction and whatever, and the sensory toys part of that as well, to sort of help them, and that will last them, 12 months, up to 12 months, something like that as well.
Yeah.
So just to encourage that early development in that as well, in the early.
Yeah.
Is that your cat?
Yeah, the cat hates humans, absolutely hates them until I'm on a Zoom call, and then just meows and meows, just wants to be like heard. But yeah,
Tell Jill what the cat's called, Helen.
the cat's called Shuey, after Michael Schumacher.
Oh, I thought you meant Shuey McVeigh from
No, after Michael Schumacher. Yeah, he's a whinge. Yeah, he's a nightmare. That's why I'm like leaning like this, because if I stroke him, he shuts up. Brilliant. Well, we're going to share everything. We need everybody to get involved. Share Jill and Sefton Baby Basket story. They're doing fabulous things. So any mums or dads who are in need, and if you've got any anything to donate, then get in touch, and I'll share the email address and people can get in touch. But if you want to make a donation, buy a Christmas present, whatever you want to do, that's amazing. And when you're sharing things on your Facebook, Jill, then we'll reshare it on our page. And if you're doing any drives or anything like that where you're collecting for anything, we'll definitely do that. Brilliant. Red face moment. Do you want me to go first?
You go first. My life's a red face. Go on.
Well, I sent you a photograph because I was in uni on Tuesday, and I was sat there and I thought, God, that feels dead funny on my leg. What's that? It feels like dead funny on my leg. And my trousers had split.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like not where the crotch is, but like just a little bit lower than that. And I was like, oh my days. So I had a big massive rip right across my leg, and I was like, oh. So I had to get on the train, and then I was trying to like walk with like my legs like together like that. But anyway, so that was me red face, walking around with a big split in my pants. And then yeah, I think that's it.
Well, so I will have had a million, and I have forgotten that I haven't got one to say today, which means I'll have 10 next time.
You've well got, yeah.
Well, unless you think my life's just a red face, Jill. There's that many. They just merge into oh yeah, that happened yesterday. It's just normal, really. What about you, Jill?
I've struggled with this.
Well, that must be lovely.
I know. Jill's sensible.
That must be lovely. Yeah.
What book, podcast, anything are you reading, listening to?
I've just listened to a podcast by a lady called Lynn Higgins, and she runs a community pantry. It was absolutely amazing and inspirational. Really
was it?
What is it she does, Jill? I didn't hear that then.
She runs a community pantry, but it's so much more that she does. She works with schools, and when you hear about what she's been helping people since, like, I think it was 1980, something like that, she is absolutely amazing.
And what's her name again, the lady?
Lynn Higgins.
Lynn Higgins. And where does she do the pantry? Whereabouts? Which country? Which part of the country?
She runs it's out of Bootle. She's having to run out of a container at the moment because she's got no premises. So they're in Bootle.
Oh, Lynn, if you're listening, do you want to come on and tell your story?
We'll share that about that. I love anything like that. Yeah, that's just superb. I'll look out for that podcast. So can I ask you what the podcast was on? Is it her own podcast or was she a guest?
No, it was another Liverpool one.
Okay.
On the media. I'll send you the...
I'd like that very much, yeah.
Yeah. So if we're looking for guests, anybody who's doing cool things, or if you know anybody or anything like that, send them our way, because there's so many people doing fabulous things, it really is. And you find out about these people go, how do you find out about these? And they say, well, people talk about them.
Yeah.
They're just, really cool people. So that's what we want, isn't it? Really gorgeous people. Are you listening to anything, Sam?
Yes, all the time, really. I've listened to loads, especially since I've last been on. And we did all the Zoe thing, you and I.
Yeah.
So I've listened to every single thing there is about that, which I'm finding so interesting. About I'm obsessed with not having the processed foods and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to one, a bit depressing really, but it's The Body Keeps the Score.
Oh,
And
heard of it.
yeah. So I'm in the middle of that at the moment, and that's fantastic. And that's about the impact of trauma and things like that on your health later in life if you don't deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's just very interesting at the moment, and there's so much we're unaware of. And Jill, you're saying there about the start in life and not being on the back foot when you start. It's those early years things that make such a difference to you, and like the relationship between the parents as well, because the mum or the dad might feel a lot of guilt if the child hasn't got what it needs, and that can impact on the relationship even in those early months. So if they've got things like that, it just means everything's a little bit easier, because it's and it does impact, the hardships do impact on people later, we know that.
Yeah.
So that's the cheerful podcast, the book I'm listening to at the moment on Audible.
Brilliant. Very good.
What about you?
So I've got one textbook, Developing Management Skills, two textbooks, Management and Organisational Behaviour.
Oh yeah, that's good, I bet. Go on.
Yeah, so that's what my life is at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say How to Keep Out of a Tribunal. That's one we need.
Yeah. So it's all about so we're doing all about cultures in places. So I've gone back to uni, Jill. I started uni in 2 months, September, didn't I? I went back to for my 50th birthday. I decided to
Hang
go
on.
to uni.
Whilst working full time, let's just clarify.
Yeah. So I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, and it is brilliant. And I've learned a few little things, and we know a lot of things, but we don't know why we do them. And I think when you know why you do them and the reasons of the theories and everything behind what we're doing, that then gives you the reason to say, well, okay, that might work, this one might, so that's what it's all about. And it's really super. I love it. It's exciting. But yes, they're my readings at the moment.
I think the thing I found years ago, one of the most disheartening things where is it said it can actually take 20 years to change an organizational culture and a month to put it back to where it was.
100%.
It's terrifying.
We've always done it like that. Yeah. We're trying to do that for. We've always done it like that.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Shout out to quickly to any grown-ups who've been fabulous this week.
You go, Hal.
I want to give a shout out to our Des. So Des has been jumping on and doing being the co-host while Sandra's been busy. So a massive shout out to our Des.
Yes, he's fabulous in every way. And Lynn, can I just say?
Yeah, Saint Lynn.
Saint Lynn, as I like to call her. Blessed Lynn. She's Blessed Lynn in our house. That's what Ronan named her, Blessed Lynn.
Blessed Lynn. Have you got any grown-ups you want to shout out to?
I'd like to shout out to the nanas.
Yes.
Who come every week, and this week they've been busier than normal because we're attending a couple of baby shower events through the councils. So we're out today and Thursday as well, and then we've got quite a bit of stuff coming up in the next few weeks where they'll be out as well, and backpacking in Sainsbury's and stuff like that as well. So a massive shout out to the nanas, really.
I think this is above and beyond the 2 mornings a week, Jill.
It is.
Yeah. Massive shout out to all the nanas who are giving their time.
Yeah.
It's a lovely thing to do. It really is a lovely thing to do. Yeah. Do the nanas? Sorry.
It's great because we're all at the same age and everything else. So you go in that room and you can't remember something, and you think, oh yeah, no one else can. So it's
perfect.
You come out and you think, oh, my memory's all right actually, because
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Do the nanas have a mantra that they live by?
Do the nanas have a mantra they live by? I don't know really. I think we all enjoy ourselves and enjoy what we do, and I think everybody just likes to help and give. you know, none of them would
Oh.
say no if you asked them something, if they could do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what, Jill? You said before something, you said people are so kind.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we see bad things in the world or on the news and stuff like that. The overwhelming majority of people are just fantastic, especially we're so lucky where we live. People are just so kind and will do anything to help people. I just think we're so fortunate. And I think you're proof of that and all your group.
Yeah, and we're lucky because we see that every time, every week,
Yeah.
when people are ringing the bell and bringing stuff, you know what I mean? That we've got people coming from South Liverpool, where everything to drop off to us, you know, and they've got babies in the pram or whatever, and they're still doing that extra bit to do it. So we do see that all the time, that generosity and kindness.
Oh,
Brilliant.
lovely. My Uncle Ron's listening and he says, welcome back, Sandra.
Oh, hello, Uncle Ron. I'm really sorry I haven't been here. I'll try to attend next Tuesday as well.
There you go.
And I've got a brilliant guest as well, Helen, which I'll
There
speak
you
about
go.
later.
Perfect. Well, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Jill. Carry on doing all your fabulous work with all of your volunteers and the nanas. I love that, all the nanas. That's gorgeous. And we wish Sefton Baby Baskets all the luck for the future. I know you're going to grow and grow, and you're going to need a bigger warehouse soon. Because you know, the need is, and if we do raise the awareness, and we'll help you in any way that we can. You know, so, and thank you for giving your time. You know, you volunteered and you've been to your baby showers and everywhere else, and then you volunteered again tonight for an hour. So massive thank you for that.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And a thank you to Sandra, and we will see everybody next week. And a goodbye from the cat. Goodbye.
And goodbye from the cat.
Yeah, there you go.